Okay, I've been having such a hard time focusing at work, and I feel like I've just been this whole summer leaving early to go play volleyball or pickleball or whatever. I don't know. I feel like my therapist has been telling me that I have ADHD and I should like get that figured out. But I don't know. I've been having like a really hard time focusing. I think there's just been too much going on outside of work in my life that's like taking up a lot of energy. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll get better. I'm trying to like sleep earlier to wake up earlier because I think that's when I'm the most productive. So I want to try to do that today too. But who knows? I might just get distracted. Honestly, I think it's like Rand, Jonathan, Kyra, Rohan, all these people just distracting me because they don't have real jobs. Or I guess like some of them do, but not Rand or Kyra. So they're just like literally chilling and look at the lake. I never walk this way. I should walk this way more. But anyways, yeah. I feel like there's so much still on my mind that I want to like vlog, which I'll eventually do. But it's just interesting also to think about how like I find this to be so natural now. But when I first started, it was super awkward for me to like talk to myself and then like hear my voice and shit. Okay, I need to go. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm at the office and I'm so tired because I tried to wake up early because I think I'm the most productive in the morning, which is so true. I want to keep this like early morning thing going. I'm just like so tired because I feel like there's so many things I want to do. This is just a constant problem I have, and I think I need to get diagnosed with ADHD or something so that I'm not constantly exhausting myself just to get good sleep, I guess. I don't know. Something's wrong. A lot has been on my mind, especially with like Tycho and then me wanting to like vlog about my thoughts about things as it relates to moving on from Alex and like being at peace with him and this new person dating. And yeah, I guess I just want to talk about how, well, one, I just ran into Victor and I was actually like really happy to see him, which is such a 180 from what I felt, I could say like 2 months ago, actually even less than that, like a month ago. And we just like had this like nice friendly conversation, just ran into each other. And it's just crazy how like I can change, or my mind can change, or like I can feel so differently about someone, which kind of like reminds me how like at my second job I like loved it at first, and then all of a sudden it was like a 180 and I hated it. And like the CEO of that company who gave me that book that I just read was like, how did this happen? Like, why do you just flip a switch so suddenly? And I literally could not explain it, but I don't know, it just happens. And I feel like this was like an active effort for me to do that. And it's just like, I don't know, crazy to think that I felt so negatively about this person and now I'm like excited to see them, or not excited, but I'm just like, oh, nice to see you, blah, 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 blah. Okay, anyways, I think I also wanted to talk about like Rand's birthday because I really loved it, and I feel like it's just like a memory that I want to have in my brain, and if I talk about it, it'll just like really ingrain it in me. I don't know, I think I'm just like obsessed with vlogging or talking to myself now. I also like feel like I'm pretty at peace with Tycho as well. I think I do want to vlog about it eventually, just not now because I don't know, I've spent so much time thinking about it that I'm kind of over it at this point. But with Rand's like birthday, it was really sweet because we just like talked and like just like talked about like our opinions about different things, and like we put everyone on like hot seat, which I fucking hate, but it was like a nice hot seat. Like we went around in a circle telling each other what we think our like red flags are, and not necessarily like what other people have told you is like a red flag about yourself, but like maybe you would like caution others who want to date you, or like warn others about, because you're like, this is something that is bad about you, I guess. And then we also like went in a circle going around telling each other what we think their green flags are, and it's like affirmation circles, which I love to do. I feel like whenever I'm like at a retreat or hosting something, I'm always like, let's do an affirmation circle where we go around saying what we love about this person. And this was just like something that we randomly decided to do. Okay, I want to like go in the sun because it looks so nice out. I feel like too sunny. Oh, it's fine. No, it's a little sunny. Okay, whatever, I'll go back. But yeah, it was just fun like talking to everyone because I feel like I really love hearing people's perspectives on different things, which is why I feel like I'm such good friends with Rand, Mingdi, because we just like talk about these like hypotheticals that are super interesting. But yeah, I also loved that Rohan was there because I felt like I would just like joke around with him that whole day while everyone was talking. It was just fun. I don't know if that really made sense. I feel like I love when there's like one person that I could actually like really joke with when everyone else is being serious, or not serious, but they're just all on the same page and I'm on this page with this person. okay, that was a very extreme tangent, but what I said about my red flag is I think like I'm a super complicated person, and it was very pointed, I guess, towards like the relationship I had with Alex, where I feel like we just like weren't compatible. Like, as much as I'd like to be like a predictable person, I think I'm really not. And I feel like my mood can swing, one, to extremes, and two, I think my mood is also very dependent on a lot of external factors, such as like work or even the weather or like how I'm feeling about this, or maybe like a lot of bad things happen one day, and so it's just like accumulating in my brain. And I think like it's hard to be like, oh, your tone is the reason I reacted this way, or like this is the reason that you did this and that made me feel this way. And I think I'm just not that predictable. I think there's so many things that are like going to affect my mood, and it's not just like something that the other person can do or like try to do next time that will like change that. And I think I try to be super open about how I'm feeling or like why I'm feeling a certain way, because I know that I am this way. And I think with Alex, it was just hard for me to do that or like be myself or be really communicative, because it just seemed like every time I tried to be, it was like a super burden on him. I just like liked my answer, and I think that's super accurate and very like as a result of that relationship is I think what I learned about myself. And then the other thing that I was gonna say is like I loved going around and doing the affirmation circle green flag thing, and I think I just loved that Jonathan, who hates words of affirmation or giving words of affirmation, was just really thoughtful in what he said about me. And it was just really awkward because I thought he was talking about Rand, but he was really talking about me, and I was like, oh my god, this is so sweet. Like, are we like good friends now? I feel like we are. And the other thing I said too is like about Jonathan is that I feel like I've gotten the most mad at him, and I've shown my worst side to him. I've shown it to Rohan definitely, and like Rand a little bit too. I feel like eventually I'll definitely show it to Kyra and everyone else, but for sure like Jonathan has gotten the worst of it, because I think tennis brings out the worst version of me, and that's when we were playing tennis together. And I really appreciate how like communicative he tries to be and honest he tries to be, and lets me be myself and is accepting of that, and doesn't like make me feel like I'm a burden. And I know that he would tell me if I ever did come off to be a burden to him. But my green flag for him was like, I love that he is unapologetically himself. And people think that I'm like that, and people think I'm super confident and I exude this like presence that's like, wow, Jessica is so comfortable being herself. But that is such a facade, and that is such a lie. Whereas for him, I think it's genuinely true, and I really do admire that about him, because he's never like trying to please people or trying to get on people's good sides. Like, he doesn't care what people think. He just like wants to be himself, and whoever he steers away, he's like okay with that as a consequence. And whoever he brings into his life, I think he's also like, this is great, you know. And I think that like creates like stronger relationships, and obviously like turns people away too. But I think like I am very much like, I don't want to get on someone's bad side because I really like them. And not that I'll change who I am, but it's just like I'll be more wary and like cautious. And I think like, I don't know, Jonathan just like does that without hesitation, never second guesses himself. And I think I really like that about him, because it makes me feel like I could be myself around him. And I think that's like the greatest feeling in the world, is to feel like you can be entirely yourself and say what you want. And at the end of the day, even if you disagree or they get mad, like you will still be friends. And I think that's what I love. And it sucks that I felt like Misato was one of those friends for me, but with all this like Taiko drama, I feel like maybe I'm losing faith in that she'll still be my friend and set aside our differences. But yeah, and then the way he was like, thanks Jess, at the end of that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the side of him I will probably never ever see again. And it was just nice to like, I don't know, see this one side of him. Celebrating Rand's birthday with like, I think people that he feels the most comfortable being around. It was just such a good day, and I wanted to like talk about it and like think about it. And yeah, I don't know, I think it's also highlighting the fact that I love like, in a way, like getting closer to people that I think are like really uncrackable, which I know is like a red flag of mine, or like super, I don't know why I'm like that, but I feel like Jonathan is someone that he's hard to open up or get close to or like really understand, and the more I like know him, the more I'm like, dang, I want to be your friend, even though I fucking hated him at first. I really did. And even when like I introduce him to new people, I'm always like, oh sorry, this guy's kind of weird at first, but you just gotta like, he's no acquired taste, it's fine. But it's like silly that I feel the need to like apologize on his behalf, because he's literally just being himself, you know? But yeah, I need to go because I have a meeting soon, but I just wanted to like remember it, talk about that day, because it's just really fun. I mean, there's so many other things that were good that day, but those are like the highlights, and I'm gonna have my vlogs to like remember them. And yeah, recently I feel like I have been also like watching some of my vlogs, and it's just like, it makes me so happy, and I love that I do it, and I just want to keep doing it. Okay, bye.